just for the simple fact to receive information through the Seaways, solid information and technical and precise information from Seaways, this is a good way to develop a career. So we are more and more familiarized with the things coming up, new technologies, new rules, new regulations, and suggestions how to prepare yourself to become a better professional.